This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Now, of course, we're coming off our summer holiday break, and for me, I was down south most of the time.
The King of Dunsborough?
Yeah, that's what I
Living
do.
your real
Yeah,
life.
That's what absolutely. And I frequent every single day in the afternoon. We go down to Yallingup Beach, and the kids like to have a
Lovely.
body bash in this section. So this particular night, a couple of days ago, we were down there at about 5 o'clock in the Arvo, just waiting for the sunset and all the rest
Beautiful.
of it. We're in the water. I'm standing up, I'm having a beer, and I'm standing with a couple of other friends of mine and Meegan and one of her girlfriends. And we're watching these people out in the water, and one particular lady was out in the water by herself, and she kept looking down. And first of all, you're thinking, has she seen a larger fish out
Yes,
there?
the sea creature.
But then it looked like she was looking for something other than a
Okay,
fish.
so ring, earring,
Yeah,
something.
wholeheartedly. So we're all paying attention to this woman, and then she decided to swim into the shore, and she walked out without her top.
Oh.
So she was looking for her top.
She wasn't,
Oh.
but Meegan, my wife, thought, oh my God,
This poor girl.
she's lost her top out in the surf.
Oh, her norks are out.
Her norks are out.
She must
It
be-
runs
There's a lot
over
of
to
super
her.
pervy men on the beach.
Gosh. Just with beers watching. Slack-jawed.
Walked over to her and wrapped her arms around her and
To shield her
shield this
naked
lovely
breasts.
You know why? The sisterhood. Sisters looking out for each other. Great
Yeah.
work, Megan.
And you could see the look on this lady's face. She was absolutely puzzled. She was an international, so for her, this was
So
nothing.
it was just another day.
It's just another day. So
Free the
Megan's got her
nipple.
arms wrapped around this lady and walking her to her.
like treating her like she's undergone the greatest shame.
Walking her over to her
Come here,
towel.
sweetheart. Don't talk about what just happened. Let's get you out of sight.
Let's get you sorted
This woman's
out.
like going, what's happening?
And so she gets back to a spot where a towel is, and she's got a partner there,
Yeah.
whoever she's with. And the guys, they didn't know what the hell was
No.
happening with this woman wrapping her arms around her, other than the fact that she was just going for a swim topless.
So here's Megan thinking that she's trying to help this girl.
Yeah, and she's a hero.
She really wasn't.
She wasn't.
she wasn't at all.
It's a daunting
she was
feeling.
topless, getting out of the water.
God. That reminds me, remember, I spoke about it just recently when I gave that guy that was sitting outside of Bank West, who was sitting on a park bench, and he looked a bit dishevelled, so I went into the bank and I made sure that I said to them, can you give me some smaller notes? I'm going to give some money to a homeless guy outside. And they said, no worries. So then I walked up to him and I said, here, mate, here you go. And I gave him I think it was $5 or $10. And he said, I'm not homeless, I'm waiting for my wife.
It's never
So
not
I do
funny.
understand what it was like to help, and they didn't need
Yes.
They didn't need it. They didn't need it.
We are talking about when you come to the assistance of somebody, but it turns out that person does not require your help, like Megan helping the woman who'd lost, which she thought had lost her top in the surf. But no, she was just swimming topless.
She's just topless now.
And then
So-
a random woman assaulted her,
Yeah,
essentially,
yeah.
is what
Yeah.
happened, and blocked Sean's view, which is very dirty.
I was disgusted.
Jamie's always been super helpful. Hi, Jamie.
Hi, how you going?
Yeah,
Good,
great.
Jamie.
All right, Jamie.
Good.
Has
What
this happened?
So me and a couple of girlfriends went clubbing. We just turned 18. We were having the best night of our lives, and I looked over and it looked like this woman was hitting her chest, like she was choking on something, and her
Yes.
shoulders were going, and she was really looked like she was struggling.
Yeah.
So I pushed everyone out of the way, went running over to her, and I thought she was choking, so I started hitting her on the back. And apparently she was just dancing. And
That was just go-to dance move, was to beat her chest and look
yeah,
distressed.
I had ruined her groove. She was quite upset. I genuinely thought she was in trouble. I went for the back tap, and
You're an alert first responder.
That
That's
is
what
nothing.
you are.
You know what? When you're drunkenly thinking that you're helping
Yes.
somebody, that is one of the worst
Smacking
things. We had a champagne breakfast at year 12. Most schools, back then you're not really equipped to drink.
Yep.
So everyone was pretty blind. And then we had a thing where there was a food fight that the school would participate at the local pool. So we rocked up to the local pool, and this kid that was in my class called Josh, he was blind, and he saw people drowning in the pool, so he dove in to help them anyway, and it caused this whole big case. They were just people doing their bronze medallion. And we all got kicked out because they saw how drunk everyone was.
But he did get his bronze medallion on the way, so well done, Josh. Thanks, Jamie. Alex is in Wembley. Hello.
Hi, how are you going?
Great,
hello,
Alex.
Alex.
Okay, did you come to somebody's assistance, but it turned out they didn't need any help?
Yes, I did. So I work in aged care, and I have done for the last, 15 years. And we had a new lady coming in. We knew that she had dementia and had some behaviours. So when this lady came in, I was keeping everything really positive, and I took her on a tour of the facility, and I was pleasantly surprised, really, because she was happy. She was really interested in everything. I thought, great, I'm doing my job really well today. And then I took her through to her room and said to her, I'm hope that you'll be really happy here. This is your room. And she looked at me absolutely mortified and said, I'm here to visit my mother. How old do you think I am?
Well, when you're walking around going, she doesn't have dementia, or she's gone into a really lucid pyramid.
Exactly right. Because I do the cognitive assessment, so I was thinking, I think she's very cognitive. I don't think there's anything wrong.
Oh, that's brilliant, Alex.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Such a thrill.
Tom Gleeson.
Hi, Tom Gleeson.
Hey, Tom.
Thanks for having me back. It's great to be here. Did a show last night.
Did you?
And got heckled by an audience member. No. And at the end of my show, I always invite people to tell me what they didn't believe about the show. And someone yelled out, that you're 49. Which, could be an insult, could be a compliment.
Massive compliment.
How did you take it?
Well, I said to him, well, how old do you think I am? And then he went, 49. He was the most gutless heckler I've ever faced. Ever. He had a shot and then just walked it straight back.
Yeah.
You don't respect that either.
No.
You don't respect that.
No.
We're talking about how we're talking about how you're a lovely guy, but the thing I love about that is
Shut up, mate.
Yes, that. That's what I love about it. He's a lovely guy, but he's got the insult pistols ready to go. They locked and loaded, and he's got the bullet just for you.
Yeah, good on you. Yeah, I'm really lovely. Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Hey, Tom, I love the fact that the ABC have actually made a funny promo for your show.
Yes.
Where you're just riding your bike and everybody's screaming hard at you.
Yeah, that's based on my life. That's what happens.
Yeah.
I get people yell hard at me all the time.
Yeah.
Which is kind of, I don't know, you could argue is a compliment. Yeah, especially early in the morning.
But when you're just trying to go about go to the post office and go about your business.
Yeah, well, people may have seen the promo. Yeah, I'm just like, I'm trying to go about my holiday, and people are yelling hard at me, and it's and it is a good promo. And the reason it's a good promo is because our production company made it and the ABC didn't.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, so we made it. And we gifted it to the ABC, and they said thank you, and that's why it's the best promo they've ever had on air.
Well, surely they didn't pay for it. I'm sure there would have been.
No, they didn't. I'm paying for it with this tour.
Yeah.
Go and see him.
How many? Because you've been doing your Australia tour as well.
Yeah.
You're going to Adelaide. You've been Coffs Harbour.
I'm going to Adelaide. I've already. Some people think that I come to Perth just to warm up a show.
That's what I was going to ask you.
Not true.
Like international artists often start their world tour in Perth.
Yes.
Yeah, he doesn't. He comes over here and performs because he feels sorry for us.
That's right. It's a charity case. But international artists often come here. Often the musicians are reading the lyrics.
Yes.
You know, because they haven't learnt them yet.
Yeah.
Not me. I started this tour in Newcastle, in New South Wales, in June.
Yes.
That was the dirty cloth that I polished up this gold on.
Yes.
I'm here locked and loaded. My show's ready to
so
go.
Polished it's not funny.
It's beautiful. It's a 5-star turd ready to go.
Talking about 5-star, you are, I think we all agree, you're A-list. He's A-list.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you're A-list
You're a gold
Australian.
Logie winner.
I'm as
Celebrity.
A-list as you can get
You
without
are.
being papped.
Yeah.
Because I'm on the ABC, I'm pap-proof.
Yeah, that's true.
yeah,
So
That's true.
there's no paparazzi following me around because they, who's going to look at the picture, unless they try to get Daily Mail into retirement villages, no one cares.
Are you always hoping, though? So you're holding an interesting book and drink one of those green juices?
Yeah.
You know how they always and they're caught? Oh, how
Got your
embarrassing.
Stanley Cup ready
No,
to go.
I mean, if I get papped one day, it'll be mowing my lawn like Tracy Grimshaw when they used to get her mowing the lawn. On the right on.
So, look at him. He's mowing his lawn.
So do you live any part of an A-list lifestyle? Because we know we know a lot of people they lean into it,
Yeah.
I'm sure Delta Goodrum, leans into it. What's your life like? What are your life choices? What are your life choices?
There's nothing to my life that's A-list, really. I mean, I've got lounge access at Virgin, but even that, But even that annoys me. I should be in the President's Lounge.
That's a point.
I go to the Virgin Lounge and it's selfie central, and not
Yes.
once does a staff member tap me on the shoulder and saying, "Come with us, there's a better room to go to."
Yeah, right.
And I've asked for it and they don't let me in.
No.
And it's annoying. And you know they let in backbenchers and senators. People who no one knows who they
Yeah,
are.
no one's going to
You
bother
could put
them.
they could go into general population. It would be fine.
Yes.
You know, they could be out at
Yep.
the terminal.
Yep.
Who cares?
Yeah.
We're on a
Agree.
flight. Remember, we're going to Canberra, right? To go and have dinner at the lodge with the Prime Minister.
Yeah.
And,
we
The
barely
Prime
bring it
Minister,
up.
he could be out on the terminal. No one would care.
Getting booed.
all of the backbenchers and all these politicians,
Yeah.
they were losing their mind that we were actually having a private dinner. They said they've never been to the lodge and all that sort of stuff. So it's true. Why do they get Virgin access?
It's unbelievable. And I've seen them sneak into the door. There's a little sneaky door at the
Yeah,
airport where you
there
just
is.
sneak in.
Really?
Yeah.
And I tried it. I thought I might as well. You never know. I
Yeah.
might have been given entry and
And
I
you
forgot.
didn't know.
I tapped it, didn't work.
He finds it hard.
Yeah, someone behind me said, "Getting a bit too big for your boots, aren't you, Tom?" I'm like, "Piss off, mate."
Tom, all the shows we get to see you do on telly are fantastic, but would you rather do comedy and stand-up?
Oh, well,
Then
it's
TV.
fun.
Is there a-
Well, it's fun doing stand-up live because you can say whatever you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I find people say you can't say what you like anymore, but I
Of
found
course you can.
Well, you can say whatever you like, so long as you're prepared to live with the consequences.
right.
And
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah.
So I just say whatever.
You don't care.
One day someone's going to film a bit of the show, and
Yeah.
and
You'll
I'll
be
be
cancelled.
fired.
Yep.
And I don't care.
Hey, Louis C.K. is fine.
I
Do you know
know,
what I mean? All that stuff he did.
You'll
and
get back out there.
His career is still
I
going
put it to you
gangbusters.
that I'm cancel-proof.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would
there you go.
suggest
That's a
that's
challenge.
right.
Yeah.
I did read an article the other day, the suggestion that cancel culture will be cancelled soon.
Yeah.
What do you
Yes.
think?
Well, I think
Do you think
that's...
we're getting too woke for our boots?
Well, Bill Cosby's touring. So- I'm not joking. I'm not joking. Bill Cosby is touring.
Prisons
legit?
or
Yeah,
not?
No, he's
that
out.
legit?
He's been touring a live show. Yeah,
And people are going.
people are going. Yeah.
Women aren't going, are they?
Oh, it's men only.
I was going to say, you'd be covering your drink.
Yes,
And
men
yes.
only. Drinks covered.
It's the Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
All right, guys, we're going to read out a letter here. It's a Dear Jane letter. It's one of those online things where people write to a
Very
chick
similar
about
to
their
Dolly
problems.
Doctor.
An advice column.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Dear Jane, my husband of 23 years had what you might describe as a midlife crisis not too long ago, although he's only 56. And
No, that
is
would be midlife. Live to 112, honey.
What are you talking about?
And started becoming obsessed with getting rid of his dad bod. I've always thought he was in pretty good shape, but suddenly he was hitting the gym at least once a day, sometimes twice on weekends, and he started to see very quick results. I guess he's what you describe now as a hunk, especially for his age, and he's very proud of the work that he's done, understandably. The thing is, his newfound confidence is making me feel truly terrible about myself. While he's spending time hitting the gym, I'm picking up after our 3 kids, ferrying them to this activity and that activity. By the time all that is done, I'm exhausted. I can't even think about working out. So she's sort of stuck. She goes on about how, he doesn't shame her or anything.
No.
It's just that he's just doing her thing.
He
and he said to her,
that's just
maybe,
what
and he
she's
said, he
feeling.
suggested to her, maybe you should start working out because
Yes.
I feel great.
Yes.
The amount of energy I've got is really great. But she's seeing all that as a negative dig, even though she's not. She knows it's not a dig. But what? Okay, Sean, you're training at the moment.
Yeah.
Heavily.
Megan's in good nick, by the way. So I just want to know. But I know Megan doesn't train, does she? She
No.
doesn't go out and do.
If
She plays. She
training,
goes and plays a game here.
does
and
a lot
that.
of,
Do you do a bit of Pilates
She
or
does
anything?
wind-ups.
Wind-ups. Wind-ups.
which is
Very big in our
glass
household.
curls.
So but you're all or nothing. So you are full into it now
Yeah.
of
Yep.
training all the time and not drinking and eating lettuce.
So
That's you
I
now.
want to talk
Yeah, that's
about
me,
the
that's me.
world. I want to talk about the world of
Weigh
when
in.
one
No one
of
wants
you,
to weigh in. Megan.
when one of you is down a super fit, healthy path, and the other one isn't.
Okay, from my side of the story right now, and thinking about that, and you guys know what I'm doing at the moment, so doing all the swimming stuff. But next week, I've got a huge week of just Ks and Ks and Ks and Ks.
Yes, you've already put us on notice about how you won't be contributing at all to the show.
Yes, I have, and I do apologise in advance. But
Sent us
yes.
a text message yesterday.
Signed yours faithfully, Sean.
Yeah. I'm not doing anything for the next 2 weeks.
Just a quick heads up. And Ellie's like, I won't notice the difference.
No, I think everybody said the same thing. So with that, I've said to Megan that I want her to go away next week.
Oh,
Just
because
so she's not tripping me up, Nate.
So what do you mean? Now, is Meegan trying to derail you?
She would happily make sure that there, a lot of times there's not ice creams and or stuff hanging around in our household, but
That's
this
because
would be a
Cooper eats
week
it straight away.
at midnight for some reason.
I know.
She would make sure that for whatever reason, the ice creams
Fully
would be
stocked.
out, the icy poles would be out, there'd be more muffins
the
hanging
beers are on
around.
ice.
And will she offer? Will she say, "Go on"?
Always offer me. Oh, come on.
So she's not
what do you mean?
supporting you in your quest to. You're swimming to Rottnest solo. That's what you're doing.
Yeah.
And she's not going, right, I'm Team Sean, I'm behind you. She's trying to derail you.
100%
But I
all
get,
the time.
I get it
Yeah.
though. I get where she's coming from though, because say she wants a bowl of ice cream, right? You feel less guilt if someone else is eating it with you.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's what it
Yeah.
comes down to. And you don't feel
Yeah,
as bad
that's
as
true.
yourself because you're doing it too.
yeah. So it's also
But
a
there
part
are
of that.
other people in the house that could do that.
I know,
shit,
but what
not
Sean's
Sean.
doing is Sean's leaving her alone in this relationship.
But that's the level I'm going to. I want to ship her out for the week so she cannot
So-
derail
Yes.
what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
I was always thinking from the person that isn't getting fit,
Yeah.
thinking, oh my
Yeah.
God, I can understand their resentment towards a person that is because they've got the get up and go to go and change their life.
Yes.
And they're looking better and you're not. But on the flip side as well, it must be infuriating for the fit person to smell burgers and
Yes.
have that,
Yeah, having all that stuff.
have that stuff
That's why you don't
around.
put that stuff and put it in your
I never
kitchen,
do.
Nathan. You
The
don't
constant sound of champagne corks popping.
do it all the time.
Hello, Tasha.
Hey, how you going?
Good. Tash.
Tasha. All right,
Okay.
is this ring true in your household?
Oh, very true. Very, very true. My husband is the fit freak. He's a wrestler and he's always on the fit wagon. He's got his meals prepped, always frozen, ready to go. And I am not. So when we'll go out for things like dinner and he's really winding it all in, he will take his food with him and I will order and he will have his frozen food.
Oh,
while I eat my-
At
I
a
eat my
restaurant?
Will
at a
will they
restaurant,
heat it up for him?
Sometimes they do, and if they don't, then I have to get mine to go and we can go and have a picnic.
Oh my God, Tash! Hey, that's sacrifice.
Hey,
I don't
That
know
is
how I'd
sacrifice.
feel with my partner sitting there, and I know I'll get right into it with the food thing sometimes. But if they're rolling out their own food at a restaurant,
remember there was a couple, they were on The Amazing Race,
Yeah.
and they were
Yes.
a Perth couple, and they
Oh,
came in here and we
mate.
interviewed them, and it was the saddest thing I've ever seen. At least they were both doing it themselves.
Yes.
So super fit. But they told us, because they said, can we borrow your microwave? We said, yeah, no worries, sure thing. And they took a sweet potato out of a Tupperware container and went and heated it up.
Had an
and then
emergency
and then
sweet potato
and
in
they ate
their
it.
bag
And they
for
said
the
they carry,
carbs.
they said they carry a sweet potato everywhere just in case they needed to split it
Yes.
in an emergency.
the carbs. That's what.
That's so sad.
I mean, the upside is, Tasha, you get all the chips to yourself.
yeah.
I mean,
I
you know.
never have to share. They're
Yes.
always all for
So
me.
that's a
Hey,
bonus.
Tasha, does it make you feel? How does it make you feel about yourself knowing that? Does it? Yeah. How do you feel about yourself?
Oh, I'm all for him doing it, but sometimes he'll be like, hey, so are you going to the gym today? And I'm kind of like, no.
Absolutely not.
And I can tell you now, I'm
Absolutely
not
not.
going tomorrow either. Hey, can you tell us about his wrestling as well?
Yeah, I want to know about that.
Yeah. So he wrestles for a company in Perth, and he does the professional wrestling, so it's all the flippy fun stuff and the
Unreal. They're coming to town. Is it next month?
WWE.
yeah next month,
Yeah.
and that's why it's so crazy in our house because he's getting ready. He's got big shows coming up. So
What's his wrestling name? Can we know? Do you mind?
Yeah, his name's Hayden Zenit.
Hayden Zenit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm going to
Zenit.
Google him right now.
Okay, and
Oh, he will love it if you do.
well, you're just saying, Tash. So is
there he is.
he putting on performances? Is he a part of that card at
Hayden
all,
Zenith.
or around town for all the wrestling fans?
Yeah, so he's on the EPW Super Show coming up as well, which is he's all excited for.
Well, we're just saying.
Wait, is he called Daddy Cool?
He is Daddy Cool. That's my husband.
Daddy Cool. You're married to Daddy Cool. Who's your Daddy Cool? Oh, he's Hayden.
Morning, Hayden.
Oh, good on you,
okay,
Tash.
yeah, he's fit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're sorry. We're sorry you have to put up there with that, Tash.
Yeah, seem to do a flying kick. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's good, isn't
Thanks,
it?
Struggle.
honey.
It's a struggle.
Yeah, thanks, Tash.
Daddy
Andrew's in
cool.
Atwell. Hello.
Hi, how you going?
Hey,
Great,
good,
Andrea.
Andrea.
What's going on in your household?
Well, what happened was I decided I needed to lose weight and get fit. So I went to the gym, joined, one of those weight loss programs, and my husband said, this is great. I'll just eat what you're eating. I said, fine. So there I was, losing weight, getting fit. And on the weigh-ins, I noticed he was losing more weight than me.
Yeah.
So, but don't worry. I fixed it.
What?
what I did is I just put more calories on his plate, and he
You
didn't.
did.
And he didn't know. He didn't know. So he then started. I started losing more weight than him, and he started gaining weight. And he couldn't figure out why this was occurring. And I didn't tell him for ages. But then, yeah. So,
Good on you,
Just
Andrea. I'm okay with
mixing
that.
butter in with everything
That's
on
it,
his
yeah.
plate.
It's
Yeah.
really great, and it's a great thing to establish as well how much he concentrates on his food, because if you get really sick of him, I mean, poisoning is always an option.
the mushrooms.
The mushrooms.
Allegedly.
I love mushrooms. I've been sitting duck.
Andrea, thank you.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.